Alrighty, good, happy weekend, that's what it is. Just got back from a little beach vacation. Got kinda sunburnt, so definitely not doing the sandbag today. Probably gonna do mostly like carrying, functional gripping type stuff today, cause that was what I struggled with at the beach. So it's gonna be probably like a, marching with the kettlebell, on the other hand. Kind of like this old grip series I used to do. So we'll see how that goes. Mixing some jump rope for some conditioning. But overall, had a good, good enough time, and was happy where I was in terms of strength and conditioning, where I could carry 2 chairs and an umbrella plus another bag comfortably because of the things that I do here. So that's kind of I'll say again, like the thing that I kind of want to impress on people is that I'm trying to remain functional in my workouts, both in terms of the lifts that I do and the weight that I attempt. So that's where, again, 45 to 45 pound kettlebell, 52.5 pound dumbbells. Those are both like probably the top end of functional weight that people should be comfortable with, at least carrying at their waist or at shoulder height. I'm thinking, again, a suitcase, right? You should feel comfortable being able to get your suitcase to your waist, to put it in a car, to put on a scale, or again, bring it up towards your chest so that you can get it into a higher car, or put it on top of another suitcase. Or if you're using the shuttle, right? The shuttle buses that they have at the airport have 2 tiers on them. So it's like, hey, can you have the strength to lift up your 50-pound suitcase and put it on top of the shelf without making it like a big spectacle? Anyways, so that's what we'll start with. It will be a lot of gripping today. It's like a suitcase hold with a march. Normally I would probably do this for laps, but within the confines of the home gym here, this is what we got. All right. Let's throw on some jump rope. We'll see how my conditioning does. I got a little sunburn, so I tried to pick up the sandbag before turning on camera. It ain't going. More so, again, just the sunburn just talking to me. I also did not step on the scale while coming home, because I knew that was going to be great way to, break my heart. My guess is I'm probably over 200 pounds. And my weight had crept up to 195, so. So with, generally exercising less, eating differently, I am not expecting to have lost weight, basically. I'll probably take a look at it tomorrow. Alright. So I'm probably going to do a front rack hold next, and then follow it up with the waders, and then follow it up with an overhead. 4, 8, 12, 60. I was also trying to figure out why I have not been working out as much. One of the reasons is I'm currently working with a student, and so if we're doing end of day note review, and I need like reviewing anything, right, that kind of cuts into that time. So, you know, I get home a little later. But yeah, this is kind of what I was doing when I was carrying all that stuff. And again, when you're walking like 2 or 3 blocks, it's like, oh, that's not bad. And then suddenly it becomes bad. So, this is where eventually, like, if I were to have my own gym and turf space, gym and turf space. If you made it this far into the comments, let me know how you feel about that. If you made it this far into the video in the comments, let me know how you feel about that. I would want to do lighter, like, field carries. Like, hey, can you walk the length of a football field carrying like 25 pounds on your shoulder? That's also where I'm a fan, I think, of more strongman style training for functional fitness, or functional strength. And I follow Ryan Shaw and Thor Bjornsson on their training, and it is, their conditioning is no joke either. So it's not just pure strength. Especially when you watch some of these events that they do. Like, here's the carrying, we're doing a farmer's carry with like ridiculous weight. And they're doing it for distance. And I can't remember the name of all the events, but it's like, okay, hey, they gotta sprint out a distance, pick up a light barrel, run it back, dump it, or put it on a shelf. And they gotta run back twice the distance to pick up a sandbag, bring it back. So, now they're sprinting, carrying a decent amount of weight. And doing it repeatedly for 4 or 5 objects. With each object either being progressively heavier or like awkward. Like I think they had him do an anchor, like a cartoon ship's anchor. My elbow did not like that. Let's see other, but I've been thinking about, every now and again I muse about like what is functional fitness. And I think like age dependent, of course. Like I said, age dependent. Being able to run 3 miles in about, I would even say like between 36 to 40 minutes. Under 45 minutes, you know, would be okay. I mean, the fact that you can keep yourself moving at an accelerated pace for relative to walking for 45 minutes is a good thing. I mean, if you go walk 3 miles in an hour, I think that's a good thing for a lot of people as well. One of the other things I considered was like, okay, how many push-ups do you need to be able to do to get yourself off the floor, assuming one leg is unusable? So, like, you know, the story of somebody fell and broke their hip, or their hip broke and they fell. Both are valid stories. The one leg that's not usable, can they crawl to get assistance? Can they crawl, get up on a couch, let's say, because their cell phone wasn't on them, or when they fell, they had their cell phone in their hand and it flew? Can they drag themselves to safety? And then, you know, okay, they called for emergency services. And they unlock the door. Or, you know, have someone there before emergency services show up to like help them get a bag ready, lock the door. If they have a pet, get it taken care of. So, we're gonna do some shrugs next. We're gonna take a break from the jump rope because my ankles are kind of sore right now, walking on the sand. Definitely got those calves kind of tight. I'm gonna do a set of kettlebell swings instead. Lost my balance. What's my balance? Here we go. But otherwise, we are halfway through this workout. Since my ankles are still doing their thing, I'm going to stick with swings for my cardio, and we'll probably do some windmills after this, working some mobility work, because I noticed my hips were tight when I was getting on and off the sand. So, windmill swings is the plan. because like the outside of my ankles are just still talking to me. All right, there's one. So the windmills, if the motion's not there, I didn't force it. All right. Once we knock out the swings and the rest break, I'll be 2/3 of the way done. I'm gonna skip cardio for a second, just because I am very sweaty. I'm gonna try some shin box get-ups. So just a nice way to open up my hips in a different way. Right hips feeling pretty decent. I'm surprised. Yeah, I can see like I got sweat dripping down my legs. That does not feel cute. Little hip pop. I might actually redo some of this earlier grip work, but I'm kneeling, tall kneeling rather, with a 35-pound. So the thought with this is I should just be able to like breathe, core stable, hips stable, maybe get like a little bit of a glute squeeze. Right now my feet are flat. Just opens up the hips a little bit. So from there, we'll put our hands behind us. And we'll do, suitcase, blah, 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 blah. We'll see where we're at with time. So these really shouldn't feel too hard. Right? The intent is more so to feel at ease holding these, because you are dispersing the weight correctly. All right, I'm definitely getting I got my toes tucked under, and this weight's kind of pushing my hips forward. So I'm getting a good flexor stretch out of that as well. So, right, I feel my core engaged, trying to keep my glutes and like hamstrings kicked on, getting a little bit of a stretch through my hips, hip flexors. I'm just trying to breathe and make it feel casual. I do front rack, goblet, or front rack, and follow it up with a goblet hold as well. Ooh. All right, let's go. Toes. All right, here we go. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. All right. Oh. I don't think I did this side yet. If I did, oh well. There we go. Oh. So here we go. 7, 8. 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll work. All right, so we got one more kneeling overhead hold, and then I think time-wise, we'll have one more set of kettlebell swings, and that'll be that. Felt good to be at this intensity today. Since I've cut calories, And I had the student, right? I haven't had as much time or energy to work out, but I need to remind myself that, 10 minutes is still better than none. Good stuff. Step. Alright, we got 2 more minutes. But apparently we're at 41 zone minutes, so definitely got my cardio for the day. Cool. So good. Back from vacation workout done. Felt great to sweat, kind of move. Got a lot more moving in this last 30 minutes than I did, I think, all weekend. But if you did what I did, great. You did your own thing, great. If you're starting, looking for ideas, motivation, discipline, or community to support you is what we're here to do. Help each other be a little better every day. So good job today. Keep working hard. We'll see you next time.